Welcome to Season 8 of the Calgary GM Series. This is the off season of Season 8 that we're doing now. We just have what remains. Season 8, 9, and 10 to win one more Stanley Cup. We were so close to making it into the Stanley Cup final. And if you saw that series, well, you know how that all ended. And it would be very obvious based on the fact that the next video in the series is this off-season upload. So these are all the retirees from Season 7, the end of Season 7. Any of these guys with St. Louis, Pominville retires and goes out as Stanley Cup champion. So he does go out as a Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues. His career number's right there. Just going to go down the list. I'm not going to go... Seidenberg retired. Wait, yeah, Seidenberg. We didn't... Who did we trade? Weidman, right? We traded Weidman. Cronwall retires as a member of the Rangers. I don't want to go through too many specific names. Dan Girardi. I have to go through these ones. Girardi and Stajan officially retire. Note, I haven't seen... Now, this is sorted by games played, but I haven't seen anything that would suggest that... Giordano has retired yet. Rich Peverly, the Dangle Master Extreme, he retires from the Calgary Flames. Ryan Clough retires at Cup champion. I said I wouldn't go over any names, but now I'm seeing all these names that I'm familiar with and that are former Flames players or current Flames players and guys that have retired that are actually kind of noteworthy. Brian Boyle retires. He was a Flame for a while there. Anybody else? Any other notable names? We're getting to less and less games played here. Now we can take Kyle Kumiski retires! The legend from the Nashville and Washington series, if you saw those series. So over to the defenseman. Over to the goaltenders. We got to sort this by games played. It's not going to be a lot. Henrik Lundqvist finally calls it a career. By the way, in the game world, I think it's like 2020. I'll get to a little bit more on that in just a second, but I'm pretty sure it's 2020, so Lundqvist plays maybe a little bit longer than he did in real life. Remember, though, Lundqvist was forced into an early retirement in the real world due to a heart condition, so... But there's all your retirees coming out of Season 7. And on to the draft, in which we don't have a first-round pick. I don't even know that we have... assets to trade. You can see Detroit has back-to-back picks at 23 and 24. Carolina has 2 picks. We must have given Carolina we gave Carolina that 28th pick in the first round with the trade to acquire Semin and Tulosti. Tulosti did pay pretty big dividends for us. So here's the draft order. Philly, Islanders, Penguins, Jackets, Wild. That's your top 5. You can just see it all there for yourself. Now, I'm going to take a look because we know the Penguins, Jackets, is that not what we said? Philly has the first overall pick. There's a lot of trade value right there. I don't think I have anything that matches that trade value. I don't think I have anything except Aaron Ekblad might be the only thing that probably comes close to that. Goaltenders, Ekblad doesn't even really come that close. Sagan has more trade value than that. So I'm not going to go for that. I think I want to, let me go through this. So who has a pretty good, decent first round pick? I don't want to go top 10. I'm thinking like maybe the 17th, 18th. 18th's good. That's a pretty interesting one. I'd have to give up some value here. I have a second round, then I don't have a pick till the 5th, 6th, 7th. At this point, I don't think drafting really matters. This might just be a short... I'm just going to throw this to Detroit and see if it happens. No way. Yeah. Well, there's no trades. All right, we're going on with the draft. I looked at trades. There's just nothing there. Here's all the picks. We're not going to have a first round pick, first overall. First round pick for us. Quick sim this, and I'll look at round 1. So there's round 1. I need to write some of these names down after we go through the draft. We just have a second round pick. It's a late second rounder. Can I maybe move this pick up to maybe... What if I package a couple of picks to get... Because I don't care about like having a late 6th or 5th round pick. Why don't we package this and move up to maybe pick... Let's look at pick 15. It's Terry's trade value is that much? Never mind. Take that off the board. That's too much trade value. Okay, New Jersey is second. We're going to move up to the 45th overall, and we'll hand you the 5th to get that second. New Jersey, is that agreed? It was not agreed from New Jersey. Well, never mind. I didn't find a trade. I didn't find a trading partner in any of that to move up in the second round. In the freaking second round. Quick sim, all of this. We'll pick our whatever's available. That's just the best. Oh, this guy, Knubel, high league interest. Did we scout this guy? I guess we did scout him. I'm not taking a goaltender. I guess we could take a skater. It doesn't really matter. There's 3 seasons of the GM mode left. So, yeah, we didn't scout any goalies. Okay, skaters. Give me that Knubel guy. We'll find out how good he is. There's also a couple Suglobov. I scouted a lot in Russia, so we should have a fairly accurate idea of how good these players are. So if it's White Star, that means he's pretty much exactly that good. Our scouting is that accurate. If it's Green Star, it's pretty accurate, but not 100%. I'm just going to take a chance on the Wes Knubel, enforcer defenseman, 19 years old, 6'2", 229, out of the WHL, playing with the Edmonton Oil Kings. So Knubel is drafted. We'll have to take a look at him and all the other players that went in the top 5 in the offseason screen, or contract screen rather. I'm just going to quick auto sim the rest of the draft. There you go. Entry draft complete. So we took Leitinen in the 7th round, so that's round 7. Round 6, Smolanak. Nice name. You can see, take a look at all of the names here as well if you want to pause, take a look at who went where, and just see the names. Trafford in round 5. We didn't have a pick in round 4. We didn't have a pick in round 3. We took Knubel. That was my pick in round 2. We didn't have a round 1 pick. So now I need to get all the names of the top 5 players. Oh, just one RFA. That's super easy and good to me. We should be able to get everybody that we want back with no problems at all. So, first things first, we drafted... Well, let me take a look at it. Can I take a look at a few things? Knubel. That's Knubel. Wow. Knubel. 51 overall at 19 years of age. 3 red star. Probably not going to be really anything. You can see there, we took him 2020, second round pick at 58th overall. Christoph Muller is the player that I really want to keep my eye on because he's last year's 7th overall draft pick. With the Calgary Flames, he might develop quite quickly. He could very much be ready to slot in the NHL next season. We might just try it anyway. He was already 72 overall. I don't think we can see, we don't have any stats or anything for him wherever he played last year, but he's on an ELC, 2 years left. And last year's big signing, Aaron Ekblad, still got however many years left on that thing. I don't really care. I think it was like the maximum, whatever the max term was, as well with that. I don't see where he is. Well, these guys are, what? I don't know where, there's Tyler Seguin and his big contract that we signed in the last offseason. Igor Kamayev, 55 overall, offensive defenseman, drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers, 19 years of age, first overall in the first round of the 2020 entry draft. So that was the best option in the at first overall. Our defenseman that we took is also 19 and slightly worse. However, he is 3.5 green star potential. By the way, I'm doing this with a very small headache. So that might affect things throughout the commentary of this offseason. As you know, a lot of brain power is required in the offseason portion of this GM mode series. We'll go and take a look at who went second overall. That would be Shannon, 61 overall with the New York Islanders. Defensive-minded defenseman, 19 years of age as well, 3.5 green star potential, but clearly, as of right now, the better defensemen have been taken. There it is, second overall pick in the draft. Pittsburgh takes live Victor Lai, 80 overall, 4.5 gold star. Look at this guy. This was the 3rd overall pick in the draft, so Pittsburgh really did do their homework. Look at this guy. It is not a lie. He is probably the best player in the entry draft. 19 years of age, the potential out the wazoo, 6'5", 240. Oh my God, power forward, center of the future, Canadian kid, wears number 56, 80 overall already. There's the top right to confirm that he was taken 3rd overall in the draft. Stapleton to Columbus, a forward as well. 4.5 gold star potential, much like Victor Lai, not quite as good as Victor Lai at 75 overall. Another 19-year-old winger. He's a sniper. He's American. He wears number 59. A little bit of a Jake Gensel flavor there, maybe, with this kid. He was drafted there, 4th overall. McGinn out of Minnesota, a enforcer center, 4th gold star. So, you know, if you drafted 1st overall and 2nd overall, you kind of botched this one by drafting the defenseman, but maybe we see their progression a little bit later. We won't see their progression a bit later because this is only going to go for 3 more seasons. But maybe if you're one of the teams that drafted in the top 2, who was that? That would be Philly and the Islanders. You just wait on those kids and see if they get any better. But in the here and now, look at this, 6'7", 247. What are they feeding these kids? Ted McGinn, the center for the Minnesota Wild. So regarding UFAs, Troy Brouwer, thank you for your services. But I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to bring him back. Victor Stahlberg, if he wants 1 year, maybe. He wants 2. I'm out on that. Nope. I am out on that. Desharnais, 1 year maybe. Maybe David Desharnais. You know, he could be good depth for the AHL. Sure. It's a cheap contract. Sure. Whatever. Signed, and he could be depth for us. Theo Peckham, I'm sorry. I've had enough of Theo Peckham and his penalty taking master classes that he puts on in the playoffs. Yes, Cogliano, sure, we'll do this. 3 years at 33 years of age is kind of rough. I think I can get an easy... I don't know what... See, here's the deal. I don't know what's going to be there in free agency. If I come down 2 years, that would take him to 35. 2 years, and maybe I can come down to 2.115 million for 2 years. I know I'm shaving a little bit of money off of that dollar value and giving him 1 less year than he wants. Let's try it. So Cogs, we're good with Toulouse. I'm good with bringing back Toulouse. He's gonna want a good few years. You know, I think we can just buy that out. I'm gonna give Toulouse that offer. I think he's gonna be worth it. We're gonna need a player like Toulouse, so I'm gonna go for it. Emerton would be good depth for 1 season or so. I think that's an easily tradable deal. What was the rule for the contract? I think it was like 80% or something. I'm pretty sure it was like 80%. I'm going to go to 1.3. Judging by this, I can go to like 1.3. I'm going to go 1.385 for 2 years, Corey Emerton. Again, easily could move that contract, I think, quite easily. Emerton's been sent an offer. Fadoon. Yeah, sure. AHL things. Banks. Release. Well, I'll do all the releasing in a second. I want to get contracts signed. Paladin, we claimed him off waivers, but again, AHL guy. All cool with that. I'm totally fine with Paladin. Kundari, man, this guy's been around for... I keep bringing Kundari back every single time. Just keep filling out the AHL squad. I'm going to do all the AHL stuff and cut it away here. Oh, crap. Bring it back in. Riley Smith is a free agent. I did not realize I have to have Riley Smith on the squad. We moved Sven Berchi for Riley Smith in the season that he just had. Absolutely have to do it. I should be able to come down to pretty much almost 4 million even. I'll go 4.105. How about that, Riley Smith? 4.105. He deserves it. I mean, look at the season he just had. He's 29, deserves it. Seeloff, RFA. I'm just going to give him a real contract here. Oh, it's going to... okay, better than the qualifying offer. I'll take that. So are my goalies good? Oh, my goalies are not good. Not all of my goaltenders are good. Svedberg, So I got to go to Sateri. I'm just going to run with the same tandem because, I mean, this has worked out for me anyway. Peter Mrazek. Please tell me you want a relatively cheap offer. Okay, I'm going to have to find a way to save some money. We roll with Peter Mrazek. That's the rule here in Calgary. I can go down to 4.5. 4.7. Let's do 4.6 something. We'll kind of find a nice little money offer here for Peter Mrazek. 4.6 something. We'll find a dollar amount. 4.630. Peter Mrazek, 4 years. Let's shake hands on this offer. It's a done deal. Mazanik for 1 more season, 2 more, sure, fine. It's AHL things. And advance that day. I'm sure we're going to get some stuff back in the next day or two regarding people accepting contracts and whatnot. There's the first one. There's 14. Cogliano accepted. So Cogliano back. Toulouse back. Good news. Riley Smith is back. Good news. Emerton back. Desharnais back. Kundari back. Mrazek back. That's my guy. I roll with Peter Mrazek in the net. You know that by now. As many games as he's played, he earned a renewal of that deal. Fedun, Svedberg, Sateri, Strudwick with the ELC. Sure, I just gave the 61 overall 20-year-old a chance. Paulinen back. Seeloff back. Everyone's back. Yep, thank you for letting me know how free agency works. We definitely lost a few pieces, mostly depth at forward, because we're pretty good. We got Sagan, Toulouse, Smith, Eller, Granlund. Granlund we relied on at second line center. Lars Eller could be pretty good on the wing or wherever he needs to be played. Hanowski, Cogliano. So we need to just go through this forward list. I'm going to play Caron in the NHL this year. I'm going to play him full time. We got Colton Sevior still hanging around. Desharnais is depth option. Paladin depth option. So let's count our forwards and make sure that we have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, maybe get like 1 or 2 forwards. Now I see at center, we're going to have Sagan. I see that being my first line center. Granlund, my second line center. What's Eller's face-offs? I know we relied on Granlund as the second line center last year, and it worked out pretty well for us. So I think I'm just going to keep that as it is, but either Granlund or Eller. And then I know that Emerton was the fourth line center, might continue with that trend. So we basically need like a third line center. Maybe get a winger if we can find one. And then we definitely need a defenseman. So let's look at the defenseman. I'm going to tell you right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, need a defenseman because we lost Theo Peckham to free agency. I just cut him loose. Taking my chances on what's on the market, or maybe we try out a trade somewhere in there. Look who's on the market. Alexei Yemelin. Goodness gracious, 34 years old, 3 years. I do not want to do that. Could try. We just need a defenseman, really. We need a center and a defenseman. So, this is where we cut Stahlberg free. Steen is now 36. Stay away from that. Bozak's 34. Bukestad's just 27, so I definitely want that. Theo Peckham. I'm not bringing Theo Peckham back. Just can't do it. Too many penalties. Connor Murphy's an intriguing one. There's a lot of guys with age sitting here in the free agent class. Really is. The pickings are slim, so here's my thinking. We definitely need that center, third line center. It would be a very good solution to get Nick Bukestad. I'm just going to come, I don't really care about the dollar value. He's 27. Bukestad will be a nice add. We'll go 5.10. It's not saving a ton of money. I'm just going to throw him that offer. I don't want to think too much about it. Jonathan Blum is my other defenseman other player I want to go after. So I want Jonathan Blum. Winnipeg wants him. I want the services of Blum because I really need that defenseman. I think it's going to be harder to get a defenseman through a trade. So I'm going to go up on the dollar value just a little bit. Make it well worth Jonathan Blum's time here. And the goalies. Oh my. Oh, there is quite a bit here. there is quite a little bit here. You could get John Gibson. That would be a nice add. He's 26. What's his potential? Oh, his potential. He would be a fun one to take a chance on. I wonder what he did last year statistically. He 46. How many games played? 49 games played. 51, 48. Okay, so he's getting a good chunk of games. 2.6. The GAA is okay. It's not amazing. The save percentage could be better there. 914, 916. Jonas Enroth, who I don't know where he played last season, but 55 games played. 916 save percentage, GAA of 2.7, so not anything impressive. Just taking a quick peek. I'm not necessarily considering any of these goaltenders. We could sign and then make a trade with what we've got, but I'm sticking with Peter Mrazek. He is the guy, but this would be a pretty good year to actually fetch any of these guys out of free agency as backups for Peter Mrazek, but I got Sateri. I'm going to stick with Sateri. I'm banking on hearing back from Nick Bukestad in a positive manner, as well as... Ooh, we could have gone after Seth Jones. Oh, Bukestad has gone with a different team. Blum accepted, though. RFAs. Will Carrier. All right. Ooh, Will Carrier. How old? 25. But he's got some potential there. So basically, if we wanted William Carrier... He's an RFA. I would offer sheet him, right? So let me take a look at this. Does it go through the whole process? Let's try this with Will Carrier. He's an RFA, and I'm guessing we're offer sheeting Will Carrier. How does this work? Anyway, in order to proceed, you must provide the St. Louis Blues with the this year's third round pick. Please confirm your intention. Yeah, sure. There's my first offer sheet as a GM. You know, I don't think you're going to draft much of anything with that third round pick. Might as well try the Will Carrier. He decided to go with another team. Well, is there any... I didn't give up that pick anyway. Whatever. I wish I could have noted Seth Jones. I would have totally tried to offer sheet Seth Jones if I could. Sign free agents. So we missed out on Bukestad. What's available at center? Dana Tyrell. Is that really as good as it's going to get? Tatar? Yeah, we'll go Tatar. Yeah, I'll go Tatar. Third line center, Thomas Tatar. We'll go up a little bit in money. I want to get the guy. I believe it would be Tomasz Tatar, and he goes with a different team. Okay, I'm going to have to look at a trade. Nobody is accepting. Nobody wants to play for Calgary, man. We made it all the way to the conference final. I'm going to go get... Let me look into a trade for a third line center. It should be pretty cheap. Well, I seem to have found a trade that I kind of like. And it is Sateri for Faksa, basically. But because Dallas would have too many skaters, goalies, whatever the hell it is, they're going to have to send me just a relatively cheap goalie. There's his trade value. Basically, Sateri for Faksa because they want Sateri. I don't have anything else that I can send to Dallas. So I may just go get a backup in free agency. So, Dallas, are you willing to send me a third line center in Radek Faksa? This value just isn't there. Okay, well, I would actually be fine with sending them. So, you know how we were going to give the third to St. Louis? We're going to give the third to Dallas now. I may double up on this. I may go third and then maybe like next year's second or something. So, does this deal work that we have right here on the table, Dallas? Does this work? No. I can part with next year's second. I really can part with next year. This is crazy, though. There you go. Dallas accepts it. Understand me. I needed to get my, how much? Oh, okay. I got cap space out the wazoo right here. So I just had to get that third line center. We were not going to get that center on the free agent market. We just were not. I liked Fax's stats. I didn't really go over it there, but I like his stats. We could get Darcy Kemper very easily to back up Mrazek. I mean, Mrazek's going to play the chunk of the games. So Darcy Kemper, I'll give you more money than that. It's fine with me. For 2 years, I can totally go up to like 1.4. Just take my offer. So Darcy Kemper accepts the deal. Sateri basically becomes a trade chip to help me acquire Radek Faksa, who's going to be our new third line center or whatever. Nicely done. So now that the deal of Faksa is completed, he's 26, 4.5 gold star. Man, I can't believe Dallas moved on from that, but he's also an upcoming UFA. He's wearing the number 94. Doesn't he wear like 12 or something? He's got 1 year left. But this is all of his attributes. And what I liked was that defense category. I just need a nice, solid, two-way, defensive-minded center to play like on the third line or something like that. This is what he did last season. 26 goals in 75. I didn't even see the stats when I traded for him. So this is just a nice... Oh, that's in the AHL. Well, that's in the AHL. So just could be a nice little third-line center for us. Just fill out the depth. That's all I need you to do. Chip in every now and then. He's a former first-round, 13th overall pick of the Dallas Stars. So we make another offseason trade with the Dallas Stars, helping each other out. And I gave Dallas the goaltender that they wanted. For some reason, they wanted Sateri. Oh, transactions. I want to see transactions. Okay, the transaction news from the offseason. This is... Can we see the entire league? All teams, yeah. All teams. Transaction news, anything noteworthy. This is a bunch of rookie signings. There, any noteworthy names? Akeem Alou signed by the Rangers. He was in our organization for a while. Rich Clune signed by the Panthers. Brandon Bollig to the Boston Bruins. Brian Reeves to the Rangers. Troy Brouwer finds a new home in Florida, so he was with us last season. There's a trade between ourselves and Dallas that allowed us to acquire Radek Faksa. Theo Peckham signs in Tampa Bay. Bugstad signs in Edmonton, which is actually where he played in the real world. Alexei Yemelin to Buffalo. Oh, Corey Perry's on the... Wait. Corey Perry's on the trade... He's on the trade block. Let's take a peek, shall we? There we go. Anaheim's right there. What is... Oh, my God. Perry. The cost of Corey Perry alone. But it would... Could you imagine adding Perry... Who has... How old is he again? Did I see 35? I mean, it would be kind of... You got to admit, it would be kind of fun to entertain the idea of Perry. But you'd have to trade like Sagan or something. Muller is not quite ready. He was a guy that I was going to go over. He's our big... So I'm going to show you Muller now since it's on my mind. He's going to play in the AHL this year. He's 21 years of age. And he was drafted. When was he drafted? 7th overall. He's our 7th overall guy. I really was hoping he could make the jump. He's just not ready. He's not ready yet. So he's AHL ready, but he's not NHL ready. That's fine. And to continue along that line, here's progress reports, which I try to look at every single time. Let's just sort by attributes modified first. So Seeloff had 14 attributes modified. Look at this. In the negative. I brought this guy back out of free. He was a free agent, pending free agent. I brought him back and he lost all of these freaking statistics. Way to go, Seeloff. Good job, buddy. Karan lost some, but all of these are like statistical, negatives. But Karan is going to play in the NHL. I'm going through this really fast, just so it's on record. It's in the video. Everyone can see how all of these players, unfortunately, regressed. I did bring back Desharnais, but he's for the AHL. I got to sort out the roster move soon. Laxo grew. Everything seemed to just grow for Laxo. Well, that's good news. I love to see that. Blum, we signed him in free agency this summer, so he's a free agent signee, hoping to just shore up the depth of the defense. Cogliano, we got Cogs back for sure another season at least. Again, some of these I signed, and I just said to hell with it. If we need to buy out a contract, we will. Granlund, it grew. Seems to enjoy playing second-line minutes as the second-line center. I mean, he's been the second-line center here. Nothing changing for any of these guys. Sagan and below. None of these guys, no changes. Radek Faksa, I don't think we really even would have a read on him anyway. It just says nothing changed for Faksa. We're going to have to change that number, though. And Peter Mrazek, yay! Peter Mrazek got worse. That's what I want to see. 5-hole got worse by 1 point, and rebound control got worse by 1 point. So, I mean, not the worst, but his overall rating went down. His original was 85, so he was an 85 goalie last year. All right. I can't see the stats from the screen, but he played I think he played all 82 games last year. I'm pretty sure that he played in all 82 games. Oh, the AHL. So Paladin got worse. I forgot I could do this too. You can keep an eye on your players that you want to grow down in the A. We don't have a read on Muller yet because, I mean, we just signed him to an entry-level deal, didn't we? But I'm keeping a keen eye on this guy. I think he's going to be NHL ready for Season 9. And he should be good for Season 2 as well. Isn't Strudwick the guy that's like 62 overall? I just gave him a freaking entry-level deal. I really don't care. Test weed. Test weedy. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation of that name. I got to sort out my roster. I'm telling you, minor headache. It is actually kind of rough trying to figure all this crap out. It really is. It's not a big headache, but I can't think through this positively right now. Zach Sill, send him to the minors. BJ Crombie, send him to the minors. Karan, you're going to be up here. Those guys should have been healthy scratches. And with, how good our med staff is, knock on wood here. Injuries are not a problem for us. We got Sevior, Paladin, Nimish, Byron, Kundari. Yeah, we got all these guys down in the A. Might want to actually... Wait, hold on one second. Where's Muller? Hold on, I'm going to have to figure something out. Muller's in there. Is there anybody scratched? Now that I've sent those guys down, Zach Sill seems to be the only healthy scratch, and I may have to just... Okay, oh no, Crombean's a healthy scratch. I may have to trade one of these guys just to make sure. I want to absolutely make certain that that Muller plays games in the AHL. This is fine with me. I really don't care, and I don't think there's injuries down here anyway. Muller is listed. What is he just listed as? Just it doesn't say anything in terms of like where he should be playing, but I'm actually gonna try this. Muller on the second line. And put him on the power play as well. Is there anybody scratched? Am I missing something? Okay, I am missing something. I do need a player, Corey Emerson. How did we have this? This lineup is all over the place. Lucy's supposed to be on the first line. Hanowski. So Granlund, you go to the second line center spot. I got to sort out my lines now. Hanowski, you're going to go and play on the wing. No, he was on the wing. I don't know what I'm doing. Karan, you're going to be down on the fourth line. Fox at third line center. Eller can play on the wing. Emerson, you can get down on the fourth line. How about that? Oh, no, Eller would come up and play in place of Tony Rajala. So we put Rajala on the wing. There we go. Actually, Fox is 85 overall. He might be your second line center. Although we had a great year with Granlund at second line center. We could just try that out. So there's your 5-on-5. This is the way I see the 5-on-5 shaping up. There's your 12 forwards. Defensively, yeah, this all makes sense. Laxo, Ekblad, Ollie and Loff, and Seeloff and Blum. Sagan, Granlund, Rajala. I'm actually thinking Riley Smith. Just load that up. It's actually going to be Sagan. It's just going to be the first line, basically. Sagan at center. Toulouse, you can swap with Granlund. That's fine. But there we go. Toulouse on the top power play unit. Laxo, Ekblad. That's fine with me. Blum on the power play. Defense. But instead of Luff, we're going to go with Lars Eller. Yes, Lars Eller on the point there. So there's the power play. This awesome NHL 2000 music comes in here. So much thinking to do. Just, you gotta bear with me through the off-season videos, especially when I just cannot, for the life of me, I can't think through these. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is all, I tell you. Oh, this is all over. This thing is all over the place. Whenever I click triangle to swap players, it's automatically moving people everywhere except for where I want them to go. So 4-man power play, this is fine. I'm gonna go to Toulouse on the wing, and give me Lars Eller because he's a playmaker. That'll be fine with me. 4-man power play like that. PK, Sagan, Faxa, that's fine. Riley Smith and Lars Eller. Eller is defensively responsible. Yes, he is. Okay, we'll try that. 3-man PK, 4-on-4. Except I want to go Toulouse Rajala. I'm gonna go with Faxa at center for that one with Tony Rajala. Goalie Mrazek and Kemper. That's the new tandem this year. Shootout lineup: Granlund, sure. Sagan, sure. Swap Smith and Hanalski. And then instead of Hanalski being in the shootout lineup, this is so much thinking to do. I hate this. Who's got a great shot and deking category? Lars Eller. Sure, we'll try that. Ooh, whoops. Hold on. Wait, what the hell? Oh my, I just basically swapped Hanalski and Smith. It's supposed to be Lars Eller. God, I hate this game sometimes. Man, that was a whole lot of editing. Oh, and I gotta show something else. So I finally got the roster in order. I got the lines in order. And here's your Stanley Cup champions. Unfortunately, the team that knocked us out, the St. Louis Blues. They are the Stanley Cup champions in the 2019-2020 season, which is very strange because in the real world, they actually won the cup in the 18-19 season. So not too far off from what they actually did in real life. We see Tampa winning it in the 17-18 season. Of course, your Calgary Flames in 16-17 won the Stanley Cup, but they have not been back to the final since, but did advance to the Western Conference Final at the end of Season 7, bounced in the 7th game of a best-of-7 series with the St. Louis Blues. The President's Trophy winners were the Columbus Blue Jackets last season. The St. Louis Blues, of course, winning the West. They faced off against the Ottawa Senators, who won the Prince of Wales Trophy 2 years in a row. They made it and lost in the Stanley Cup Final. Is that not a storyline? I didn't even know that was the storyline. Back-to-back Cup Final appearances for Ottawa, back-to-back failures. 2 teams in the Western Conference and in the Central Division. So Mark Scheifele taking home that hardware for the Art Ross. Drouin the Hart. Again, Drouin just keeps winning the Hart Trophy. It's all Tampa Bay winning that Hart Trophy. James Norris going to Ryan Murray. That's the best defenseman in the NHL. Jonathan Drouin, the Lady Bing. Sebastian Kullberg, the Calder Memorial, that is Rookie of the Year trophy. It went to Alexander Barkov in 17-18. Then the Conn Smythe to David Backes. So David Backes, the annoying, we punched he punched the ever-living crap out of us, and we punched the ever-living crap out of him right back, and he wins the Conn Smythe trophy. Sergei Bobrovsky, the Vezina, the Jennings to Bobrovsky and Dansk. They were the best tandem in the league. Radko Gudas with the Masterton, the Selke to Duchesne, Drouin to Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard to Alexander Ovechkin. Has he broken the record? Has he broken the record yet? And then we're back around to the Stanley Cup champions being the St. Louis Blues. Yes, jersey numbers and captains. It should be very simple. Sagan's your captain. Your A is going to be worn. It gave Laxo the A. I'm sorry, but that's got to be. We had it last year. Riley Smith is going to wear the other A here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Looking at my numbers, Keith Ollie, number 6. Jonathan Blum, your defenseman. Your number 7 is taken by somebody, Cogliano. Blum can wear. Give Jonathan Blum the number 77. I like that. 77 to Blum. Thinks he's Victor Hedman. Caron 38. He wore that in the playoffs. We're going to stick with that. I know that number now. Lars Eller, Everton. Faxa wearing 94, but I kind of like it. He can't wear 12. That is unofficially retired. No one wears number 12 here. That would be Jerome Agenla's number. Radek Faxa. What would be a fun number for Radek Faxa to wear? You know, I'm gonna give him the McDavid number. I'm gonna give him 97. I'm gonna give Radek Faxa 97. Although it wasn't his draft year 2012, so would Faxa have been born in 94? Is he the same age as I think he's the same age as I am. Radek Faxa at 94 birth year. Same age as I am. So yay. But we're going to give him the McDavid number. We're going to give him 97 here. Hanalski, Kostitsyn, Kemper. That's all fine and well with me. None of the numbers really change. No, none of the numbers change that much. All right. Locked in.